Aeroflot flight SU2035 from Henri International in Bucharest, Romania to Sheremetyevo International in Moscow, Russia on Sunday the 2nd of July 2017 on an Airbus A320. Scheduled departure is 1:30 in the afternoon with a flight time of 3 hours. I still have no idea what that festival with the bugs and stuff was all about, but we'd had a lovely week in Romania. This is the first and so far only time I've ever been to Russia, and the first time I've ever flown on Aeroflot, so I was double excited. I was slightly less excited when our driver took us to a rental car yard where we got into a van, and then we drove down back streets to the airport. It felt super shady. I've seen those movies, I know how they end. But not today, we arrived safe and sound. This is the only footage I have of our check-in, so I don't have a lot of documentary evidence, but from memory, it was super smooth. We then walked over to gate 3. This involved us going through security, after which we were dropped into the gift store. Always the way. We then made our way over to our gate. Somewhere in here, there must have been some sort of passport control because we are leaving the EU. But I can't actually remember that happening. At the allotted time, we were called and we boarded our plane. I love this glassed air bridge, you can see everything. Boarding was very orderly and the crew were really nice. And in no time we were in our seats. And out the window we can see the sibling of the plane we flew to Bucharest on. That plane was YRBGF. Well, that was nice. According to FlightAware, we pushed back 4 minutes late at 1:34. That timing doesn't quite fit with the Tyrone plane at gate 4, but Flight Hero only keeps data for 4 years, so I can't double check. We taxied for 9 minutes and took off at 1:43 p.m. OTP has 2 runways. We departed from gate 3 and taxied via Sigma, November, Oscar and entered 08L via Taxiway Whiskey, and we took off towards the east. It seemed needlessly risky to enter via Whiskey and not via November, but I assume that was ground control's instructions, and 2,000 metres is plenty for an A320 to take off. But what do I know anyway? We didn't hold and rolled straight into our takeoff. After takeoff, we did a hard left and then tracked northwest towards Hungary.
После обслуживания питания вы сможете приобрести товары в кэшу. Для вашего удобства предлагаем вам заполнить купон на покупку товара из каталога.
On the menu today, we're having lunch. There's a chicken salad as an appetizer, a main course of fish or lamb, and then a fruit bar for dessert. And on the side, there's a bun and some Caesar mayo. That all sounds pretty amazing. And when it showed up, it was more food than could fit on the little tray. This bodes very well. So let's start with the appetizer. It was tough to get into. The bits of meat were quite big, and overall it was a little bit dry. So my first thoughts were 4 out of 10. Tough. Ouch. Tough. It wasn't until afterwards that I figured out I should have put the Caesar mayo on it. What a ding-dong! If I'd done it right, I reckon it would have been a 6 out of 10. So let's pretend I did. 6 out of 10. For the hot main, I went with lamb with tarragon, bulgur rice and carrots. It looked great. It tasted a little bit bland, but there was salt and there was pepper. So I sprinkled them on and then it tasted exactly how I like it. Awesome! It's an 8 out of 10. Nice one, Aeroflot. Alrighty, onto the bread. Any way you look at this bun, it's a bun. It's got a reasonably tough exterior and a softish interior. There's Russian butter, which I slathered onto the bread. Oh, it was fantastic. But wait, there's more. There was a bonus piece of rye bread. I was down on butter, but I did my best. It was a little bit drier than I liked, but bonus bread is definitely worth bonus points, don't you think? Good bun, bonus bread, 8 out of 10. Whoa. I'm pretty sure it was a hot beverage or a cold beverage. I got a cup of tea and it was hot and strong, just how I like it. But I think I could have had a juice or maybe a soft drink. So there were enough options, but not a ton of options. 7 out of 10. There was a fruit bar for pudding. It was pretty easy to get into. I'm not exactly sure what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. This was soft and chewy and fruity. At first I thought I might just try a little bit and see what I thought. Turns out it was awesome. I could not stop eating it, and it went 3, 2, 1, gone. Awesome fruit bar, 9 out of 10. Oh my goodness. So the appetizer got a 6, the main one seasoned got an 8, the bread with bonus bread got 8, the drink service got a healthy 7, and the dessert, oh my goodness, 9. That averages out to 7.6. That rounds to 8. Awesome lunch, Aeroflot. Thanks. Today's aircraft, VQ-BST, is an Airbus A320, which is quite frankly disappointing. Why is it disappointing? Because when we booked, it was on a Sukhoi Superjet, which I've never flown on before, and still haven't. I can totally understand why they swapped it out though. This A320 has 158 seats and was almost full, whereas the Superjet only has 87. Still disappointed. This A320 was factory fitted with winglets and took its first flight on the 5th of May 2014, so it was just over 3 years old when I took this trip, and Aeroflot have owned it since it was brand new. It's configured with 8 business and 150 economy class seats for a maximum capacity of 158, and I was in seat 16A. And this seat, like all the seats on this aircraft, was very, very blue. With a seat pitch of 30 or 32 inches, I fitted into my seat just fine, and it was comfy enough for 3 hours. There's even enough space to sit a cat crate on your knee. The aircraft has plenty of overhead bin space and space under the seats in front, and the overhead panels there were lights, air vents, and a call button. It's only 3 years old, it's been well maintained and is very clean and tidy. But there's no seatback or Wi-Fi entertainment system, or Wi-Fi of any sort. I give this aircraft an 8 out of 10. Still a little bit snarky, it wasn't a superjet though. We trekked around the Ukraine through Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, Belarus and into Russia. I imagine we flew this way because in February-March 2014 Russia annexed Crimea, and then on the 17th of July 2014 Malaysia Airlines 17 was shot down over the Ukraine. I for one am pleased to go the long way round. On approach to Moscow we turned left, then hard left. We flew a wee way north, presumably to let someone else land in front of us, and then 3 right-hand turns to land towards the west. SVO has 3 runways. We approached from the east and landed on 24C. We exited the runway via taxiway Golf 3, and then crossed 06R24L to go via Alpha 4, Alpha and Sierra 2 onto the apron into gate 21 of Terminal D. On final approach you'll see 8 or 9 planes lined up to take off on 24L. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised ground control didn't make us roll to the end of 24C and exit via Golf 1 Alpha 1 to avoid the aircraft taking off on 24L. But they didn't and we took the shortcut. No, he's going out.
Приглашаются пассажиры класса бизнес. Надеемся, что сегодняшний полет доставил вам удовольствие и будем рады новой встрече с вами. До свидания. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moscow. Our aircraft has landed at Sheremetyevo. Local time is 4:25 p.m. The weather in Moscow is rainy and the temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. To ensure safety, please remain in your seat with the seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt sign is off. Please ensure you take all the belongings with you when leaving the aircraft. Please note that we invite them to the aircraft business class passengers first.
And just like that, we were off to the plane. And in case you missed it, here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 planes lined up. And here we are making a late decision to turn down G3. And here's the 747 taking off while we hold. And that was a little bit interesting, don't you think? So we walked along the top of Terminal D, through passport control, then down to the ground floor where we picked up our baggage. Everything went super smoothly, and in no time at all we were out of the airport. Our driver was waiting for us and we followed him over to his large dark van, which felt a lot more foreboding than the trip to the airport in Bucharest, but it all turned out absolutely fine. So I'll sum up as we drive into the city. The meal, with that so-so appetizer, amazing lamb main, a bun and rye bread, an okay drink service, and that amazing fruit bar for dessert, got an 8 out of 10. And the plane, a 3-year-old A320, which is in great condition, super clean and well maintained, but lacked Wi-Fi or any sort of entertainment system, also got an 8 out of 10. That average is not hard to work out. 8 out of 10, Aeroflot. Thanks so much, it was great. We really loved our few days in Moscow and we really hope we get back here again. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then watch every single video we've ever made, and every one we will make.